Okay. I know we are learning the designing principles, but I thought it's better to at least get the picture from the perspective of computer science because you are in, well, computer science department, not design. What is internet? Guys, what is internet? It is a technical infrastructure with physical build. It's a network of computers that communicate all together. The accurate descriptions are it's first a globally connected network system that uses TCP/IP to transmit data via various types of media. And second is Internet is a network of networks in which users, at least any one computer can, if they have permission, get information from any other computer and sometimes talk directly to users at other computers. Okay, next is what is web and www? Of course, I know you know it, right? It stands for World Wide Web. For this one, it's not physical. It's a service or all files over the internet that you can see on screen, not hold onto. Web is a system of interlinked hypertext documents accessed through the internet. It enables the retrieval and display of text and media to your computer. And next is all the resources and users on the internet that are using the hypertext transfer protocol, HTTP. What is browser? It is a software that is used to browse the files stored on the internet. It is a software that lets us connect with the internet. It's a computer program with the graphical user interface for displaying HTML files used to navigate the World Wide Web. And lastly, what is website? Simple. It's a set of related web pages located under a single domain name. In this class, you are making a web page or an app or any other interactive interface with texts, photos, illustrations, and animations. If we will be able to finish in time, I hope you get a free or paid domain name and upload your files to that name for us to view your website or app anywhere on any device. Let's see. Let's see the same explanation with but with images, shall we? We have you here. Here. We have you here, client PC or tablet or phone browsing on the internet. You are actually looking at the copy of the website through a browser here. Here's the browser. You're seeing the copy of the web page you just downloaded from web server here. And website data will go through all these physical lines, also through this virtually. Your requested information by clicking a button will go through wired or wireless through a router here. This dotted line is wireless, the straight line is wired line. The requested information goes to the router, and router to the modem, and through the internet service provider like Mobinet, Univision, through a telephone line here, relay line, and the internet service provider get the internet from the web service, from the world. Okay, and it sends back to you as a response the copy of the website page through these lines back as a response here. Virtually all the files go through TCP/IP transmission control protocol, the internet protocol, through here. Okay, as for web hosting, you upload your static website files to DNS, the domain name service, the servers with a unique IP address. There are tons of them. And that is web hosting. You upload your file to that specific DNS server with a unique IP address. Okay, guys, as for some of the illustrations throughout this lesson, like this page here, I made them myself, so there could be some tiny or bigger mistakes. If you find some wrong information, correct me, please. You'll get extra point, no kidding. Okay. To make a usable and useful, but also very cool website or any other interactive interface design, we need to cover these, or at least some of them, in the class. Since we have only a semester and it's really a whole big field, you have got to study and practice on your own for your future's sake. I will help you and guide you by giving you lots of homework. Okay, the first two part is mostly these two parts. I'm mostly studying the principles. User experience design, UX designing is, you can say, it's about planning and designing and building the skeleton, the bones of your final product. So to find out the positions and joints of the bones of your design, we need to know and learn about interaction design, wireframe, user research, information architecture, scenario and persona prototyping. Okay, next part is user interface, UI design, and it is, you can say, the muscles and skin added to the bones of your final design. As you can see, it's about visual design, layout, typography, color coding, branding, and content preparation. The third is here. After we learn some principles and do some planning and sketches, we have to implement your design with tools, design tools, Photoshop for photo editing, Illustrator for vector illustrations, some simple animations with sound and graphics with After Effects. Well, this is where you need to install and learn on your own to get better results on your life. Your project. Lastly, we will make our static design more dynamic with some coding. For this class, coding here is for only high fidelity prototyping, not for the development of your software. Okay, cool, right? And this process needs testing and debugging in the middle of every step here. Okay. Now let's see some explanation of UX and UI with a little bit of images, shall we? UX means interaction design. Interaction design. As you can see, it's for understanding how people would interact with a certain design. Wireframe. Next is wireframe and prototypes. It's for understanding how the design might look like or function when implemented. Information architect is for understanding the hierarchy of the information content of the design. User research, user analysis is for understanding users' need, their pain points when using the product, to find some errors and bugs to fix before start building the real product. And scenarios are for understanding the steps users might expect or want when completing a task, completing a certain goal, like for example, purchasing shoes from a shopping website. Okay, Next is as for user interface. Visual design is to understand what people would want to see visually. Color coding, color coding is, let's say, color coding and scheming is understanding what color goes well with what, and color symbolism is like red color is for danger, cancel button, or passion, or sexy. Graphic design rules and principles are contrast of size and color, importance of white space, grid system, etc. Layout designing is mostly focuses on understanding the hierarchy of the elements laid out on the design, and typography is for understanding what kind of text style or what users want to see and expect. Also text style that symbolizes old or modern feeling, or scary or cute. This is your next bonus homework here. There is no right or wrong answer here, actually, because everyone is puzzled with it. But what I want you to do is try and study each keywords and research about them. Give each option a thought. There's 3 options, A, B, C. And explain your thoughts, your thoughts, not a sentence from the internet. Write your thoughts on all the 3 choices with only 3 sentences, as I always say. Okay, and this homework has no absolute correct answer, as I said, so I will give you extra points depending on your sincere answers. Extra point for this homework is 3 whole points. It's a lot of points, guys. Like if you get 77C and you have this plus 3 points, and it will make 80B for you. What a lifesaver. We will have a look at some wireframe and basics of UX designing today. You do remember the design thinking process, which can be applied to any design projects, right? Find the problem, define the problem, get ideas in sketches, and prototype it and test it, and on and on and on. And of course, the design thinking applies to user experience and user UI designing. To make a website or any other interactive application, let's go through the bottom blue UX part first. The bottom blue. This bottom blue. First, you make the flow chart of your data content that your site or app is going to hold. For example, MIU site has this, as you know. If you mouse over on this about button here, you get the choices of 3 on other pages: President's Office, Goal, and About Us. If you look at this sample here, if you look at this sample website flow chart, you have homepage here, homepage. And from that page you have 5 big menus, and so on and on. You can Google and read more on this flowchart when you make your own. You don't have to draw with computer. You can use traditional pen and paper and take a picture of it and upload to the classroom. Our next step is to make a wireframe. Well, wireframe here. Wireframe is a pretty simple sketching process, but it requires a lot of thinking and redoing it. Though, here's an example. As you can see here, you draw your images like this. Images here. This is image. Okay. Main color. Pen. This is the image. Sorry. Pen. These are the images. These are the texts. The logo here. menus here. Big images, maybe a video. Video. Oh, here is a video. Okay, like this. This is a wireframe, a blueprint. Well, the bones of your design. It's a structure of a page or screen made with simple blocks. Difference between sketch and wireframe is that a wireframe here doesn't have any graphics, just lines and blocks. You should place all the text lines and element boxes in the proper way based on your UX research. Now here comes the UX research. Research should be done before, in the middle, and after these two flowchart. Flowchart the joints and wireframe the bones steps. Your previous assignments are part of the research though. You have decided what you want to do for the target users. Well, you research more on the topic while you are doing these two homeworks, flowchart and wireframe. Flowchart and wireframe. Oh, and flowchart here has many names that you can Google on when you are making it. Flowchart. Where's the flowchart? Flowchart here has many names that you can Google on when you are making it. Sitemap, Google website information, website information architecture, website or app structure, web or app or software activity diagram, and of course web or app software flowchart. Find similar ones to your planned design and study from them, from the sample, when you make yours. Okay. You know, as I said, UX is about making a design by understanding the people's psychology, right? You remember? Okay, let's have a look at this example. You are buying a sneakers from a shopping website or app. Let's say the good and bad. Just sold out. It means if you don't pick a product soon, you might lose all offers. The bad example is not available. People might think, what? Since when? Well, don't show this not available if you can't explain why. Next is, this item bought 10 times today. It means it's a high demand. High demand today. It's a bad example. How high? Isn't it? Next is 3 more left. 3 more shoes left. Which means users might think, oh, I should hurry up. I need to buy the shoes. The bad example would be last pieces. Last 3 or last 100. It showed last pieces. It showed last pieces all day. Lastly, this offer expires in 3 hours. Which means, oh, no time to waste. I need to buy this now. The bad example would be, offer expires soon. Well, how soon? This good and bad example. This good example is creating a sense of urgency in UX. It's also called scarcity. The bottom line is, be specific when creating urgency. Otherwise, you're creating sense of distrust instead. Obviously, Red One is made with a designer who didn't do the user research properly. So make some research when you are making yours. So your homework is the flowchart and wireframe of your project. Google and learn more about them online. Get references. Get ideas from them. Okay, see ya.